Good afternoon from Your Best Car in Kent. My name's Ben. I'm from one of our 2 UK branches. We're in Cranbrook, 10 miles outside of Tunbridge Wells, or just a 40-minute train commute from London. Our other site is in Buckinghamshire near Marlow, and combined we have over 600 5-star reviews. So please check out our website to see those reviews of our happy customers and of course the rest of our fleet. Before I get into the walk around, I'd just like to answer 2 of the most frequently asked questions that we get here, which are: do we take part exchanges and do we offer finance? The answers are both yes and yes, we will take your part exchange. We can even pay off outstanding finance on your current car. Then on top of that, I'm thrilled to say that we are industry beating with our low APR finance rates. So if finance is the route for you, then please get in contact with us, or you can visit our website yourbestcar.co.uk, where we have a finance calculator at the bottom of every advert. So whether it's PCP or HP that you're looking for, you can input some numbers, adjust the filters, find something that works for you. Then there'll be a finance breakdown of that contract before you hit apply. So this is the walk around video for our BMW M135i, presented in mineral grey exterior metallic paint. This is the 5-door hatch, being the new shape, and it comes with a ferocious 2-litre petrol engine producing 306 brake horsepower. Does a 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 4.8 seconds and has a top speed of 155 miles per hour. That being said, it is Euro 6 compliant and xDrive. The xDrive means it runs off of BMW's all-wheel drive system. Down here we've got the unmarked 18-inch alloy wheels in a diamond cut bi-colour finish. We've got blue brake calipers just behind, and what do I mean by unmarked? There's no signs of scratches, no scuffs, no curbing. They're all in fantastic condition, and they look just like this one right in front of you. You've then got rear privacy glass from the B-pillar backwards, so a slight tint to the windows, as well as the high gloss shadowline trim on the window surrounds and some of the rear fins and other exterior inserts. So let's have a hop inside. So these are the Trigon cloth and Alcantara seats. We love these on the M135i, especially the new ones. These are the bucket seats, of course. You've got the M Sport stitched seat belts, as well as the M Sport embroidery, and then the blue stitching on the backrest. The front 2 seats can be manually adjusted. You've got an extendable leg cushion, extra back support and thigh support. These front two seats can be heated as well. The driver then has a leather-wrapped multi-function steering wheel. You've got your paddle shifters for switching it into your manual mode. Of course, this is an automatic gearbox, semi-automatic technically. Then you've got your voice control buttons, hands-free buttons, and your additional multimedia settings too. In the middle, as this is the new shape, you've got the slightly wider and touchscreen iDrive infotainment system. So if we have a hop inside, I'll show you some of the features on here. So we've got keyless start down here. As I mentioned, it is a touchscreen interface. It's extremely responsive, but just for sake of not getting it grubby, I'm going to use the dials down here. So in the advert photos, I've included every option, every permutation for the iDrive system, but we'll run through them right now. So we'll start with multimedia. So this just has all our multimedia on here. We've got radio, FM, AM and DAB radio. We've got Spotify that we can connect up via Bluetooth, or we can just play our music streaming normally through Bluetooth. We've got USB connectivity, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you might have seen in the photos, I've connected up my phone for Apple CarPlay, but don't worry if you haven't got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto capabilities, you've still got your Bluetooth as standard, as well as your USB port down there. You can also use Bluetooth to connect up your phone book, so you'll have your contacts on here. You can make and take calls. You can use the buttons on the steering wheel as well to help you out. So you can keep your phone tucked away. You don't need to be looking at it whilst driving, of course, to play your music or make or take a phone call. Satellite navigation, so again, don't worry if you haven't got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you've got sat-nav built in, and the big perk of it being the wider screen as well as the touch screen is that you can move the map around, you can pinch and zoom. As you can see, it's extremely responsive. We can quickly move the map to see our points of interest, or if there's any delays. For example, over here, we've got some roadworks going on. So down to car, this is where you'll just find some additional vehicle settings. Vehicle status is really handy. It will tell you when it's next due a service. We've actually just had this serviced by BMW, so an actual BMW dealership. This was in Arden, Tunbridge Wells, and that is stored on here. So it will say when it's next due a service, but in this case it's not due it's not due a service until May 2025. And of course, any brake pads or inspections needed, it will always alert you. Put the car into reverse, we'll see our front and rear parking sensors. I've included pictures of the radar proximity sensors in use, so front and rear both working completely fine, as you would expect. You've then got some additional apps. So again, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then some additional, so you can connect up your Alexa app, your Ringo, you've got some parking apps on here, just some cool things to have a play with, and of course your M lap timer, as this is an M135i after all. So down below are climate controls. I love the new shape because the whole center console is really neat. It's a really simplistic layout, but it's quite a gorgeous looking thing. So in the middle, this is our climate controls, heated seats on the left and right hand side, dual zone climate control, so you can have different temperatures for left and right hand side right here, and then the intensity is just there. A couple of cup holders, and as I mentioned earlier, your USB port down there, and then your middle console. So your multimedia features, your driver mode features, so at the moment we just keep it in comfort, but of course you've got your sport mode. As again, this is an M135i, you can control the traction as well, and then Eco Pro, so good for your motorway driving. So let's turn that off and have a look at the rest of the car. So in the rear space, of course, we've got the exact same seat upholstery with the M Sport stitched seat belts and the M Sport seats back here. Plenty of room in the 5-door hatch. You've got USB Type-C ports in the middle console down there. Now over to the rear, you'll notice the privacy glass extends all the way back. Our xDrive and M135i emblems are on the left and right respectively. And then we can open the boot. Got a parcel shelf, which can of course be taken off, but definitely comes with a parcel shelf. And we've got all of this space back here. Some additional cubby holes on the left and right hand side. And then some extended storage. Your first aid kit is there, but you've got this extra bit of storage if you need it. If you need even more space in the back of the M135i, you can collapse these rear seats. So you've got a button on either side of the shoulders, and that will collapse the rear seats for you. So it comes with a lot of practicality as well. So if you're interested in buying the M135i, then please give us a call on 01580 712 115, or you can send us an email to sales@yourbestcar.co.uk. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we take part exchanges and offer finance packages. So if either of those options intrigue you, then please let us know. We're all accessible on WhatsApp or iMessage. So if you have any questions about our cars, or you need to know some details of your part exchange, then please feel free to message us on those platforms too. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and best of luck with your search for a new car.